All right, good evening, everyone. Are the mics on? Okay, good evening, everyone. I'm going to call this meeting to order. If everyone would please stand for our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence. Thank you. All right, good evening to everyone. We've almost got a month of school already in, so hopefully everything's going well. Good evening to my fellow board members. Everybody's had a chance to look through I got a lot of feedback. Everybody's had a chance to look through our open session minutes of our August board meeting. If there are any amendments or changes, we can make those. If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve as presented.
Motion.
Second.
Motion second. All in favor, raise your right hand. And motion carries. Everybody's had a chance to look at our closed session minutes from our August meeting. If there are any changes in those, we'll make those in closed session. If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve as presented.
Motion. Second.
Motion second. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. Good news, Mr. Rice.
Good evening. If Caleb and Demaria can come on up.
Hold on a second, Henry.
Yes, sir.
I skipped one thing. Thanks for correcting me. Do we have any additions or deletions to our agenda?
Yes, sir, we do. We're actually going to, from the consent agenda, Part A, approve agreement between Pamlico County Schools and Pamlico County Sheriff's Office for the School Resource Officer Program. We need to pull that tonight. There's a couple of things that need to be adjusted and clarified before we take action on that contract. Okay.
Any discussion on that? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve as presented.
Motion.
Second.
Motion second. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. I apologize. Now we'll go to the good news.
Not a problem. Thank you. Again, good evening. Excuse me. Tonight we've got Ms. Massacover, Kelly Massacover from Rotary to help us with the presentation. First, from Pamlico County Middle School, we have Demarian Roberts. This is Demarian here. Ms. Minor, the middle school principal, had this to say about Demarian. Demarian is a 7th grade student at PCMS. If you look up the word uplifting in the dictionary, you would see Demarian's picture beside it. Demarian is a true example of encouraging others, whether that be in the classroom, on the field, or out in his community. Demarian holds an officer position as chaplain for the PCMS Beta Club, which is the perfect fit for his positive personality. It is the chaplain's duty to provide words of encouragement, motivation, and maintain a positive attitude. Demarian works closely with his fellow officers, sponsors, and members to ensure that the focus of Beta Club remains true to the National Beta motto, let us lead by serving others. Demarian is also an amazing teammate on the football team and the wrestling team. Demarian uplifts his teammates during practices and matches and gives encouraging words when challenges arise. Demarian takes his role as a student athlete very seriously and challenges himself inside the classroom by maintaining an A cumulative average. Demarian has a big heart with big dreams, and we're very proud to nominate him for PCMS Rotary Student of the Month. Congratulations, Demarian Roberts, Pamlico County Rotary Student of the Month. Next, from Pamlico County High School, we have Caleb Paul. Ms. Lanchey had this to say about Caleb. We are proud to recognize Caleb Paul as this month's Rotary Student of the Month. Caleb's teachers and coaches describe him as a student who not only excels academically but athletically, but who, not only stands academically and athletically, but who stands out for his character and leadership and the positive impact he has had on those around him. In the classroom, Caleb is always engaged and on task. In math, he takes the time to make sure his classmates understand before moving on, showing patience, respect, and a genuine desire to see others succeed. In English, he is eager to participate, often first to volunteer, and he brings enthusiasm, curiosity, and encouragement that help create a welcoming classroom environment. His teachers describe him as a joy to teach, someone who makes learning better for everyone. On the football field, Caleb's leadership is equally clear. As a team captain, he leads with quiet confidence, humility, and a tireless work ethic. Whether it's early morning workouts or late practices supporting his teammates, he constantly sets his standards through his actions. He doesn't seek recognition, but simply does the right thing even when no one is watching. His coaches describe him as a true servant leader, someone whose teammates follow not because of his title, but because of the respect he has earned through integrity and consistency. Caleb's eagerness to learn, his encouragement of others, and his ability to lead with humility and strength make him an outstanding representative of our school. Congratulations, Caleb Paul, Pamlico County High School Rotary Student of the Month. Thank you, and that's our good news for this evening.
All right, thank you. And again, congratulations to Demarion and Caleb. Keep up the good work. All right, moving on to public comment for tonight. The Pamlico County Board of Education welcomes the opportunity to hear from the public during its regularly scheduled meetings. The public comment period is open for members of the public, including parents and students, to voice compliments, concerns, or complaints about performance of school personnel, implementation of board policy, the quality of the education program, or school facilities. According to Policy 1326, presentations are limited to a maximum of 3 minutes. Obscene, vulgar, or profane statements, personal attacks, and insults and statements reasonably perceived to be disruptive or imminently threatening to the orderly operation of the meeting shall not be permitted. So again, you do have 3 minutes. Our board attorney, Ms. Rachel Hitch, she's going to keep an eye on the clock, and you will have a clock as well that you can see. So we do have 4 individuals that have signed up for public comment tonight. The first one, I don't know how to say your last name, but Anaya. Okay, I do not see Anaya. Vanessa Cole.
Y'all breathe, y'all promise. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
I'm here as a voice to some of the parents, as a deep concern about the announcement that happened over the intercom, encouraging students to wear red of Charlie Kirk. While I understand it is a student-led club, in a political nature, this message could be received as dangerous and is under immediate attacks often. Our schools are public funded and serve students and diverse backgrounds. When political figures are promoted through school-wide announcements, it risks creating division, confusion, and emotional discomfort in children and staff. We have to remember this is what happened last week, privately and quietly. Our children are hurting. How are the student clubs approved? And who and how are they limited to? And what is the process of reviewing for students' announcements? And is anybody reviewing when they announce it and when it has to do with public, political, or ideological content? Has any faith-based group been able to use the intercom for announcements as well? What are the groups doing before this young man got killed? And were there any debates happening, or is there any debate teams? Have other clubs been turned down because of political reasons? And is this illegal or appropriate in our school settings? I'm not here to silence the students. If anybody knows me, I promote being real and opening your mouths. Because in the climate that we're in, us parents oftentimes hurt y'all the most. And we have to be accountable for that. Never silence your voice. But we have to get back to understanding everybody. Making sure that our students are safe and making sure they are free from political pressures. We want to make sure that everybody has a voice. Everyone has a different household with different perspectives. And freedom of speech is just that. We must remember it's not freedom from criticism. As you grow, you'll learn that. Just because you want a movement doesn't mean everybody's going to jump on the train, and we also understand that as well. Maybe if us parents knew more, we could have created a dialogue in our homes with our children that don't even know what is going on, instead of an overnight political conversation. If it was about us adults, we would act like real true Christians instead of breaking God's cross apart and beating each other up. Allowing our kids to express themselves on all levels is freedom. And freedom, we must remember. Freedom of speech is just that, whether it's in solidarity or in concern. When you open
Thank you,
up a can
ma'am.
of worms,
That's the end of your 3 minutes. Thank you so much.
don't get mad when it's dirt on you.
Thank you, Vanessa. Marvella Jones.
Good evening. If I can, even if I'm Megan, if it's legal, could I yield my time for her to finish? And my reason is because I'm just leaving the hospital because my brother just passed away and I don't have anything prepared.
So sorry about your brother, Ms. Jones, but the policy doesn't allow for people to yield to the next person.
Karina Smith.
Good afternoon, everybody. Let me try to get this as fast as I can. First of all, black and brown people have always been subjected to discrimination, racism, and hate groups that push this agenda. When Charlie Kirk was assassinated, by hands of a white male, but that didn't stop the HBCUs, the historically black colleges, from getting bomb threats. The schools even had to be locked down because the followers of Charlie Kirk are looking for any excuse to target people of color. Some of the things that he has said is that black pilots are qualified. Black pilots are not qualified. He called them Ramon and Cadillac as a slur. Black women are of excellent or affirmative action. Moronic black woman is only have the job from being in custody service because of affirmative action. I was quick writing this, I'm sorry. George Floyd was a scumbag. Prowling black people go around and target white people. Black Lives Matter meant burnt, loot, and murder. Juneteenth is a racial complaining day. The country made a mistake when they passed the Civil Rights Act. The country made a mistake? And I also want to know, when is this group taking place? Is it being held in the school? What are they listening to while they're being held in this thing? Is my granddaughter going to walk by and hear that black women are stupid, that we're incapable of comprehending how to be pilots or doctors or school teachers? What respect are they going to have for the black members of our board or our black coaches or our black teachers if they're listening to what this man preached? My husband died. So I understand for somebody to lose a husband or lose a father for their children. So I would never wish that on my worst enemy. But let's get it straight. He did not preach anything that had anything to do with bringing people together. And I'm so surprised at Pamlico County. I moved here because I thought it was a beautiful place to live. My children had family here. We had no issues, but I'm really scared for my children if this group is going to be allowed to talk in this school. Now I got to tell my grandson to be careful who you go home with. People that he's been friends with, I never had to tell him, don't be friends with this person, don't be friends with that person. Now I'm scared of who he's going to catch a ride home with. There's nothing about this man that we should be putting up with in this school. Nothing. Sorry that he died. I feel for his wife, like I said, and their children, because I went through that same thing, except for not in such a horrible way. But let's get it straight. He did not preach anything to bring us together as a community, as a people. He divided.
Thank you, Karina, and thank you again, Vanessa. At this time, we're going to move on to our superintendent's report. Dr. Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. Prescott. For the superintendent report tonight, we'll be looking at the membership report. We're going to hear from our teacher advisory council and then get a report on the new school. But for the first month of school, and we have had a good first month of school, you can see in the membership report a comparison between the where we were May 12th and where we are as of September 16th. Pamlico County Primary School in May, we had 340 students. As of September 16th, we have 345. At Fred Anderson Elementary in May, 145 students. In September, 157. The middle school had 248 students in May. They have 234 students now. And the high school had 387 in May with 384 now, with 1,120 being our total enrollment. So that is our membership report, and we will look forward to seeing what it is here next month. As I said, we're going to be hearing tonight from our Teacher Advisory Council, going to be bringing us some reports, some good news from our schools. And I'm happy to introduce Mr. Christopher Gray, Pamlico County Primary Schools Teacher of the Year, and our Pamlico County Schools Teacher of the Year. Mr. Gray, we're so glad you're with us.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson, and hey, everybody. How we doing? Good to see everybody. First off, some of the great news. I'm just going to kind of go from school to school, starting at the high school. I understand they've received many compliments on the student body and their stellar conduct so far this year. They have had 0 office referrals during the first 2 weeks of school. So I mean, that's great. That's great news. They continue to be a B school with their goal to become an A school, and we've certainly seen a lot of progress on that. For the middle school, fall sports have kicked off to a successful start. The Beta Club has 48 members this year, and their mum fundraiser is going very well. For FAA, Ms. Dawn Wilson helped secure a music grant for $2,900. So we look forward to that, going towards some really nice things over there. For the primary school, of course, tomorrow night is our Pups Pathways night, career night. Come out and join us from 5 to 6:30 if you can. There will be a food truck there, so that makes everybody happy. We are incredibly excited about our beginning of the year literacy data. We're ecstatic to be presenting to our state superintendent, Mo Green. He's going to be visiting us on Friday, and we can't wait to share this news because we're really excited. I'll tell you why I'm personally excited, because our pre-K program had begun using Foundations Literacy in 2023, and then in 24 we had added the Hegarty Phonemic Awareness Program, and we've really seen a real difference with that. We're eagerly tracking data from those groups of students, which would be the classes of 2037 and 2038. I know that sounds wild to think about, but we're really excited with what we're seeing as they kind of progress from pre-K to kindergarten to the first, second, third grades, and so on and so forth. We're seeing some historically high data for our school, and we're just, if you can't tell, it's just something I'm very passionate about. So I'm very excited about that, and you will be excited about that as well. I don't want to get too ahead of myself before Friday when Mr. Mo Green visits, but we're really looking forward to that. With some other news, we do have a couple of seats to be filled on the Teacher Advisory Council. Applications have gone out to FAA and the middle school already. The primary school and FAA have expressed the notion of perhaps maybe high school students being able to drive over to read to and with some of our students at some point in the future. Just something to kind of think about for now. And also, due to the shortage of TAs at our schools, we also discussed the idea of perhaps having some of the CTE students to kind of assist in some classrooms during their course time. if time allows. But that's, you know, that's just kind of an idea. We were just kind of discussing. So we'll you know, certainly see about these things. Thank you, everybody, for coming out and being patient with me. Thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you, Mr. Chris. We were excited about the good things happening in all our schools, but particularly what Mr. Gray was talking about with the literacy focus at the primary school. Miss Alexander had a shirt on this past week. So new shirt, it says "Where the Legacy Begins," and we're excited about that legacy they're building at Pamlico Primary School. Their focus on literacy is super important. You know, teaching kids to read will change their lives, and it will change the whole trajectory of our county. The more students being literate, and that's awesome. It is a wonderful, wonderful thing. Great things happening in our schools. So thank you, Mr. Chris, for bringing that to us. Mr. Rice, I'm going to ask you to come up now and give a report on our new school project. We have got a lot of great things happening over there. You can see new things happening almost every day if you drive by.
All right, thanks again. I'm going to move over here in front so I can touch the board a little bit. So we've got our schedule that we've been having. We got our notice to proceed back in October of 24 this last year. Construction started in November. Right now the building is still on schedule, if not ahead a little bit, to be finished by May 31st of the end of this school year. And then we will begin demolishing the high school and start the parking lot construction. To be able to be in our building by August the 19th to start next school year. Sorry, you seniors, you miss out. All right, construction schedule update. What's now and what's upcoming? The roof decking is almost complete. I'll show you some pictures here in a minute. You can't really see that from looking over. Some concrete. The CMU block on the first floor should be scheduled to be completed this week. And what that means, the cinder blocks, they have holes. Everybody see the cinder block? They got 2 holes in them. Well, they fill it all with concrete, so it's a solid wall when they get finished. The final 2 mechanical mezzanines, they're scheduled to get poured this week, which that'll be a platform up on the 2nd story for the heat and air system to sit on. And then outside the building, the exterior spray foam is underway. That's the yellow stuff that you've seen going on around the edges of the building. Brick veneers installation has started. If you come in around the auditorium way, you can actually see some brick going up on the front side of the administrative office of the new building. And the roofing is actually underway. The mechanical, electrical, and plumbing, level 1's completed. Level 2, the wall rough end is underway, so they're putting those items in as we speak. And windows and site work. The window frame installations are expected to begin next month. And what they've told us is by Thanksgiving, they hope to have everything enclosed, all the windows in, all the walls and roofing completed, everything except for the doors. There'll be temporary doors until they get close to being finished with the whole project. So you should start seeing windows in the building before long. And the fire tank foundation, that should start next month as well. Now we got some pictures. This is some of the roof decking, the metal. This is on top of the main entrance area to the school and over a gym. That's another picture of some more roof decking. This is the highest part of the building. That when you look out, the highest part that you see, that's where this is right here. There's classroom areas in here. Here's a stairwell to go upstairs. This is the middle school gym. That's the entrance to the gym from the hallway. We're looking out. There's 2 rooms on each side here. That's the restrooms for the middle school gym. This is the entrance to the high school gym. They are putting up some framework for some entrance signage type decorative stuff. Framing. This is the back of the school area where all the most of the geo wells are. If you've ridden by here throughout the summer, it was a real muddy mess. Well, it's almost cleaned up now, and they'll start clearing that. They're going to use that for laydown areas for the rest of the materials, and then once all the next set of materials gets in the building, then this will be grassed, and this will be our practice area for our outdoor sports. Here's some painting that they've done inside in a few areas. This is the office area where the administrative offices will be, with the middle school principal and the high school principal and the secretaries and bookkeepers and all that. The main entrance is right here beside this. The yellow stuff here is that spray foam I was talking about. You can see some over here on that picture as well. Now here's some, on that same wall that we just talked about, the administrative offices, here's some brick that are going up. And around the corner, there's some brown brick on the, I think this is probably where some of the locker rooms are. And there where they've completed that side right there. And that's my update for this month. Questions?
All right, thank you, Mr. Rice. That was, it's always good to hear the report each month. There's something new happening literally every day. Of course, we want there to be something new. Progress is happening over there, but we've got a lot to look forward to. The next item on the report here I want to talk about, and that is September 2nd and 15th. I made a presentation to our commissioners because we are looking to apply for another grant. What this grant will do, ultimately, it will close Fred Anderson Elementary School. We want to add on to the primary school, and that would be a K-5 school. And I'm happy to report that our commissioners agreed that that was a good idea. There's many good reasons to do it. By a vote of 6-0, they voted for us to proceed. So we will be applying for that grant. It's due in on October 3rd, and we appreciate our commissioners and the support that they've shown us in this endeavor, because we get that in place, we will really be in a good position for the rest of, for years to come. It will solve a lot of issues, so we're real thankful for that. And finally, as Mr. Chris talked about, September 26th, this Friday, we are very pleased to announce the State Superintendent of Public Instruction, Mr. Mo Green, will be here with us, coming to Pamlico County. He is really touring the entire state, and he's coming in starting that, I want to say Thursday. He'll be in Pitt County, and they're doing a tour of Eastern North Carolina, but he'll be with us first thing on Friday morning. We are really looking forward to having him here and showing him around. We're going to give him an overview of the county or of the district and some of our accomplishments, some of our needs. We want to take him over. Hopefully, weather permitting, we'll take him over and let him see our new school site. And then we're going to finish up at the primary school, because we want to talk and let him hear about that great literacy work that's happening over there. And so he'll be with us for a couple of hours. Board members, we would love for you to be here. I know we've been talking about it. This is the week we're anxiously waiting to see him come to town. I have included in the assembly a document that you have access to, also with all the dates. If it's happening in our schools, it's on this sheet of paper, just for your information. That way you can see all the things happening in one spot. We do have this week, tomorrow night is the Title I night at the primary school. And then later on, I think it's October 9th, the Title I night at Fred Anderson, and I will get you the night for the middle school to you. So if you want to attend those, plus all the different athletic events and everything else. Well, we do have an early dismissal this week, and that's on Wednesday. So lots and lots happening, and we appreciate everybody's support as we continue what is a great year. And with that, Mr. Prescott, that's the superintendent report. If any board members want to speak, this is their time.
This board's gonna?
Yep.
Go ahead, Ms. Ellen. Go ahead.
Yes, I would like to speak, please. Let me just say it has been a long week, so please forgive me for my yawning. Forgive me. But let me also say that I received your text, I received your calls, I received your emails, I heard your concerns, I heard your thoughts. They came in very loud, and they came in very clear. So this is my response, because I didn't get to speak with everybody or to answer everybody. But on tonight, I'm going to do an all call. First, as an elected official of the people, I want to sincerely apologize to the community for an event that recently took place on one of our school campuses. The lack of concern by leadership of the division this caused has led to a significant loss of trust, not only between our families in the school system, but also among staff and administration. The loss of trust from those that we are sworn to serve is a serious matter, and it must be addressed openly. Our mission as a school district is to create a safe, nurturing, and positive environment for every student. At least that is a mission presented to parents, community, students, and staff. However, that mission was not upheld. I am disappointed that what took place fell short of our own stated values, and as leaders, responsibility for that failure must be acknowledged. As a member of the Pamlico County Board of Education, I am committed to accountability at every level. Board, superintendent, principals, and staff. Decisions that affect our student and our schools must always align with our mission and our responsibility to this community. When those decisions fall short, it is our duty to acknowledge it, to correct it, and to ensure that it does not happen again. This board cannot ignore mistakes or excuse poor judgment. We must confront them directly, take corrective action, and rebuild the trust that has been broken. That includes reviewing how this communication was approved, explaining the standards by which these decisions are made, and holding leadership accountable for aligning with the missions we are sworn to uphold. To our parents, staff, and students, you deserve better. It is my hope that we will use this as an opportunity to reaffirm to everyone that the purpose of Pamlico County Schools is not, I say it again, it is not division or distraction. The purpose of Pamlico County Schools is education, safety, and an opportunity for every child served by this school. Thank you.
Anybody else on this side? Kathy?
I just wanted to say I attended the commissioners' meeting last Monday night, and it was a very good presentation, Dr. Johnson, and I just wanted to publicly thank the commissioners for their vote towards our application for the new grant, and I thought that was a huge vote of confidence on their part, and it was a show of their willingness to work collaborative with the school system, and so I just wanted to say thank you to our county commissioners.
I'm all nervous to speak in front of some of you high schoolers that spoke so eloquently at your SGA presentations the other day when you were running for office. So I told you in my email that I wrote you guys that I get so nervous, so here you get to see me be nervous. What I'd like to say is I had a chance to be in all 4 schools this month like usual. I am revitalized every time I go in there. Our students are awesome. They just give me so much more than I give them. I'm convinced of it. But one conversation I had this month was just kind of casual. I ran across Miss Sherry Metter, and she kind of filled me in on what our beginning teacher program looks like these days. And I've just been thinking about it over the past couple weeks, and I just wanted to publicly say thank you to all of our teachers who serve as mentors. I know that our teachers and staff plates are already so full, and so for these folks to step up and take on an additional amount of responsibility, I just personally would like to say thank you for that. And if you're not serving as a mentor this year because you've done it in the past and you're taking a break, I want to say thank you to you also. And if you haven't served yet and you're not serving now and you're going to serve in the future, thank you in advance also. That's all, sorry. That's kind of random, but.
I attended the commissioners' meeting as well, and I personally want to thank Dr. Johnson, his staff. A little bit behind that, I think it was the Monday before our August board meeting, he called and said the application process is open. I said, great, we need it done by Friday. And I could hear the gasp, and but we needed it done quickly so we could have it at our August board meeting, and our board could approve it because our timeline with the commissioners was very small. And Dr. Johnson and all of his cabinet principals, his staff, they went to work and put together an outstanding presentation that was presented Monday night at the commissioners' meeting. And it was hard to make any negative comments because we answered all the comments before they had a chance to make the negative comments. And it was great to see our commissioners all come together and see the need for us to do what we've called phase 2. And that'll put us in, we've called it our 50-year plan. We'll be set for the next 50 years, maybe longer than that. But thank you to your staff, because I know I gave you a short window, but it was very successful, and thank you. All right, our consent agenda, we have removed item A, so there's 3 other items, 3 overnight field trips. If we need to remove those and discuss those individually, we can. If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve as presented.
Motion.
Second.
I had a question about,
Oh, sorry, Ms. Kathy.
I had a question, could I ask?
Is it about one specific one?
About the Skills USA high school and the middle school trip.
Uh-huh.
I was just wondering, I noticed on the,
Hold on one second, Ms. Kathy. So
If
we'll
we
have to
do-
take it off a consent agenda for you to have discussion about it,
that's okay.
including the questions. So it's up to you. You can certainly put it on the regular agenda, ask your questions, and still vote on it. But in order for it to be on consent agenda, there can't be any discussion.
And we can do that if you want to, Ms. Kathy.
Okay, yes.
All right, so we're going to remove was it the Skills USA?
C and D.
C and D. All right, so we're going to remove C and D for just a second. I've got a motion and a second for B. Any more discussion on that one? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve item B on our consent agenda.
Motion.
Second.
All right, all in favor say aye. I'm sorry, we had a motion. Yep. Okay, now C and D, the high school and middle school Skills USA. Ms. Kathy.
So I just wanted to make sure, I noticed on their form that the high school, it said to be determined, the male chaperones. And I know in our policy it requires that, so I just wanted to make sure that we do in fact have that. And then with the middle school as well, that,
They won't go without them. I mean, those will be secured in place.
so even if we approve it, that.
If you approve it, we're not going, they can't go without them, no ma'am, it won't
Okay,
happen.
I just wanted to make sure, you know.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
There'll have to be a male chaperone and a female chaperone in both instances.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
okay.
So what you need, Mr. Prescott, is a motion to amend the regular agenda to add the Skills USA trips.
Okay.
A second, and then approval of that. And then what you can do, Ms. Dunbar, if you want, is to make a motion that contingent on having male chaperones, that those trips would be approved.
Okay.
So that can be your motion. You can include that contingency as part of your motion.
All right, so the first motion we'll need is to amend our agenda to remove C and D from the consent agenda.
Motion. Second.
Motion second, all in favor, raise your right hand. Now we need a motion to approve the C and D, which are the Skills USA for the high school and middle school, and this will be contingent upon male chaperones being approved.
Yes, I'll make the motion to approve the overnight field trips for the Skills USA team for the high school and the middle school contingent, that they do have male chaperones as well as female
In
chaperones.
fact, I think I can go ahead and say Chef Reese is the male chaperone for the high school trip. That was my understanding. I'm not sure about the middle schools yet, but
Okay.
yes, ma'am, they will have their chaperones.
I do have a question.
Yes, sir.
In terms of the number of students, is one male appropriate, or?
Yes, it's a small number of students. Right. We'll stick to the number of students. There's a regulation about that, and as far as, male and female, but they'll be within the limits.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I think in our policy, it does dictate for how many students you have male, then you've got to have X amount of chaperones, same thing with female, so. Okay, we have a motion, I need a second.
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor, raise your right hand, and motion carries. All right, moving on to finance. Ms. Altman.
Good evening, everyone. I have 3 items for your review and approval tonight. The first is budget amendment number 24. A little explanation for you. Remember last month I brought to you a federal budget amendment to make sure that we had recognized all of the budgets for all of the federal grants in last year's budget in preparation for our audit. As I was reviewing and getting things ready for our auditors, they will be here on Wednesday, I realized that 3 of our small carryover amounts had not been recorded in our budget. So this budget amendment number 24 basically reflects the remaining carryover of 3 small ESSER grants that was received and had to be spent by September 30th of 2024. So this is just adding those amounts that were in the budget on our records. They were not there on the federal grant record side, they were there. So that's what this initial amendment is for federal grant funds. Any questions that I can answer on that one? That basically closes out last year's records for the audit.
Any questions on this one? Need a motion to approve?
Motion.
Need a
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor, raise your right hand, motion carries.
The next item is budget amendment number 1 for state public school funds. So we are now working in fiscal year 25 and fiscal year 26. We're trying to close out and start ramping up, and as you know, we still don't have a state budget. So we are adjusting the state budget on our books. Remember that we initially approved that based on planning allotments from the state. This amendment is going to adjust our state budget on our books to what the allocations year to date have been from the state. So we're still waiting on some funding from the state. We don't have like approved amounts for every budget, but as they come in, we're making those adjustments so that our numbers match what the state reflects. So if you look at this amendment, basically it's adjusting up and down the amounts in each PRC, which is a program report code, and it makes our numbers balance with the state numbers. It also records some carryover funds that we received in PRC 15, which is technology, PRC 69, which is for at-risk students, PRC 131, which is textbooks, and our summer reading program had about $4,000 of carryover as well. So we are adjusting our state budget in fiscal year 2026 budget amendment number 1. Any questions on that one?
All right, there's no questions, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor, raise your right hand.
Thank you. The last item I have is budget amendment number 2 for the local current expense funds budget. And this is allocating a portion of local fund balance as discussed and approved at the August 2025 board meeting for the cost of the salary study that was completed. So you'll see the amount of that allocation, $56,403. Can I answer any questions on that one for you?
Any questions? All right, entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor, raise your right hand, and motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, the next item on our agenda is going to be the voting delegates for the North Carolina School Board Association Conference that we'll be attending in November. Tiffany, just correct me, there's 4 blanks, so we need 4 delegates, is that correct? And at least one alternate. So I didn't do it last year, so I'll be the first one to step up and say I'll be one.
I'll do it.
I need 2 more. Don't everybody jump at one time. All right, Heather
I'll do it.
and Jacqueline. I was getting ready, that's good, because y'all have not got to experience the delegate
I
assembly.
remember how much fun you guys had there last year.
Yeah,
It was a lot of fun.
Oh,
and I need 1 person.
I'll
Two.
be an alternate.
All right. That was fairly easy. Thank y'all. All right, Mr. Gibbs.
I move that the Pamlico County Board of Education enter into closed session to consider confidential student matters as provided in North Carolina General Statute 143-318.11A1 and the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act 20 U.S.C. 1232G and GS 115C-402. Confidential personnel matters as provided in North Carolina General Statute 143-318.11A1, 5 and 6, and 115C-319, and to consult with the Board of Education attorney in order to preserve the attorney-client privileges as provided in General Statutes 143-318.11A3.
Okay, I have a motion. I need a second.
Second.
Motion second. All in favor, raise your right hand. All right, we'll be going closed session at 6:47. Thank y'all.
to you.
All right, we're back in open session at 8:14. A couple things we need to do. I need a motion to approve the personnel report for action as presented.
Motion.
Second.
Motion second. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. Again, on this Friday, hopefully, as many of you can make it for our visit with Mo Green. Looking forward to that. You see the other meeting dates that are in assembly. With that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
2nd.
Motion second. All in favor, raise your right hand, and we are adjourned. Thank y'all.